Hello there everyone, I'm Nanta. In this episode, I will show you how to increase your productivity using AutoStack and XD. So, what is AutoStack? It is simply telling your component, text, image, graphic to stacking very nicely. It's nothing new, but it's worth to learn. Are you curious about it? And you want to learn it like super fast? Well, let's get stacking. Today, instead of designing from scratch, to show you how AutoStack is done, I got a freebie from WKND, so thank you for the UI kit provided. I did filter some of the elements inside, so you can get focused on these tips, and please refer to the description below and download the UI kit for you can get along working with me. So let's get started. In the file, you will see there are one page that called WKND Home, and what we're going to do, we're going to break up these bits of sections and we introduce the AutoStack features. After that, we're going to compile all of these sections that we include the AutoStack features into one whole page like this one, but better. Why? Because it's going to have an AutoStack features. If you notice, if we're going to add a new line in this text, it will cross with another element. Yeah, like that one. It's because we don't have AutoStack in this section. So, let's get them AutoStack, shall we? We're going to start from the WKND header, copy it into this section. We don't have to add an artboard because we only give them like AutoStack features in this. The AutoStack features include vertical stacks and horizontal stacks. If you're going to like add some new navigations like this, maybe the manual way, you have to like move it down like this bit and move it up, move it left to this part of sections, but that's the old way, right? What you can do actually, we're going to choose this group right here and choose Stacks on the Properties panel, and you notice that it shows a 12 value in this. So this means that we have a 12 padding inside of each element that we have inside of this group. Alright, and it shows us that it is a horizontal stack. If you notice that if I going to choose this vertical stack, it's going to be stacking vertical. And let's get back to the horizontal stack. What we can do here, we are going to copy paste this one, and it's going to add another element inside of this group, but with a padding of 12 because we already formatted that way, but it still crosses up with another element. So what we can do here is group this one together. So like about us in search all, maybe just group it all this way, because we see here like it is a content, right? And this one is background, so we don't have to stacking. So what we're going to do is we group this, maybe call this content, and click on the stack on the property area, and you can see that it shows a strip, a minus icon. It's because it is a different with each of the elements. So in this case we have a 272 padding, and this is one is 29, and it is okay, it doesn't matter. And what we're going to do about the background is actually we can have the auto padding on this way. So as you can see, we have this 56 top and bottom and 141 for the left and right, and it's great. But I actually doesn't recommend making the auto padding first, because if we're going to like add additional elements on this one, it's going to be make it a longer. You see? Yeah. Because the auto padding limits itself with the inside of the content. So what we're going to do is we have to uncheck it first, and maybe choose it. Oh, this one. And after that, we add another navigation item and choose these two content together and group it and change the padding so it's same with this one for one. Again, too much. Let's go to oops. Okay, this one. Yep. And after that, it's already been changed, right? Like we have to check it again, the bedding, and voila, you have another navigation item in this. And if you want to like change the navigation, you can do it right away. Like maybe it's help or contact us. So we already have our nicely header right here. I guess I have to make like a rectangle. So what it's for? It's for reference. You can of course just uncheck the fill and order, so we can always refer to the width of 1366 and choose this hero right here. Now we are moving on to hero. Move it to this height. Oh, you know what? Maybe we as well have an artboard. Yeah, maybe a rectangle. I guess it's sufficient enough. Make it fill. And we're going to lock it, or have to choose it, the height of this. Alright. So the reason why I lock it is because I don't want to move it around. And this one is going to horizontal stack. And this one, yeah, it's going to be a vertical stack. The white card right here is the background of this content, so we have to group it with the content to make it auto padding. So you see, this is the content and this is the background, right? Maybe we call it a card and make it auto padding. For the image right here, okay, so this image right here is the background of the card that we have right here, so we have to group it again and make it auto padding again. And after you already auto padding it, we are ready for auto stacking. So let me undo this. So you see right here, this is the card and the background, and this is the pagination. Alright, so we group this pagination and the hero. Let me just as well hero, we'll name it hero. Group it and click on the auto stack, and that's it, I think. Let me just double check on this one. Click on this, maybe I will add another line right here. You see that it is nicely stacking. It is also automatically define the height of the background of the card, also the background of the image, and also it doesn't cramp up with the pagination that you have right here because it is already auto stacked. Well, you know what I mean. And for this one, let me just group it first. Move it right here, center it. So before you are auto stacking, let's make sure that it have a left content and right content, right? So what we are going to do is we have to maybe just group the right content and the left content. We have to also group it to read more. Oh yeah, sorry about that. We have to make the auto padding on the button. We may as well do it right here. This actually have already a component, but I didn't like this because yeah, it's not auto resizable button. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ungroup it first. Oh sorry, we have to group it inside of component. So if we are going to ungroup it, it's not going to cramp up because we already have the auto stack features inside the card, right? And you may as well create a component by Ctrl K and make it like a primary button. We have right here is the auto padding. Yep. So in case we have another button like learn more, it's going to auto resizable. What we're going to do is going to copy the component right here and copy it right here and just delete this one, the button. And what I'm going to do is we'll give auto stacking in this content. So we have to group it first, call it left content, right? And this one is right content. Oops, I have to be consistent about it. Sorry about that. And after that, we have to group all the content and make it horizontal style, right? Contents. After that, well, maybe we just call it section 2. So we have the content right here and the background. And the last thing we're going to do is making the auto padding. And if we're going to add another line right here, oops, sorry, we have to choose this auto height. I have to auto stack it first. So if you enter a new line, it's going to, yeah, like that. Oh, I forgot, I have to change this to read more. Alright. So after practicing what we've done so far for the header, hero, and this section, I guess you are ready to try for other section, right? How about this? Consider this as a challenge and try auto stacking other section yourself. But if you kinda lost your way, you can always take a step back and see what I do for other section. So, are you ready? Happy stacking! Alright, we already have our compiled sections right here. What we can do after this is make sure all of the contents. I usually separate the header with the content actually. So for the content and the footer, you have to group it all. And let's say it is a contents. Don't forget to choose out the stacks for the group of contents that you've compiled. And it's already vertically stacked. And because it is not an artboard, let us just copy all of the headers and contents, and be sure not to include this background right here because we doesn't need that. Copy that and make a new artboard. We have to change to it 136 and copy all of the content right here. And actually I have this very useful plugin in here. It is called Trim It. So it's automatically trim the artboard based on your content. So yeah, there you have it. I'm not going to group this. So if I were to choose, add another content like this one, I'm going to add on the bottom of it. Yeah, you can always do that. And maybe I want to change it and to the top of this one. You can always do that and not lose the margins or whatsoever. Yeah, it is the most useful features that we can do in AutoStack. And when you're done, don't forget to trim your artboard. Oops, I have to choose the artboard first and trim, and voila. So there you go, auto stacking. If you like our content, make sure to like this video and leave a comment down below on how much time you save when you practice these tips. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share these tips to your fellow designer. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you on the next one.